Hello, 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 welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today we're going to take the Turbo GROM for a ride, and I wanted to just get some riding footage with the bike and see how it's doing and see how it runs, see how it feels, everything like that. So I did get some GoPro footage and I'm going to show you guys that right now. I apologize if the audio is a little bit screwy. Trying to get a helmet cam and everything set up properly and to not sound or look like crap has been a challenge for me. So, but enjoy the riding footage with the Turbo GROM. Alright guys, we're gonna go take the GROM for a little street ride. A little cold today, but we're gonna see how it rides. Just gonna get the A-Racer set up here so we can monitor air fuel and our temperature. It's a little cold today. I want to say it's 40 degrees. This thing is loud, I will give it that. So this bike is pretty loud. I don't know how the microphone is going to do. And she's a little cold-blooded, but we'll get some heat in it. Yeah, it's just spitting and sputtering. I really only have dyno time on this setup. I don't really have a lot of street miles. Are you gonna pull out? What are you doing? Sit. Yeah, it's a little herky-jerky. But this setup has always been that way. At really light throttle, it just kind of, you know, comes in and out. Like right here, it's perfect. And as it gets some heat in it, it's pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, it's still cruising, you know, good. If we just roll into it a little bit. It's awesome when you get into the throttle. It's just light throttle and it wants to go. That's all it wants to do. It just wants to go. So I actually had an issue with the bike. I rode it once before making this video, and at low RPM it would want to cut out, and it went really rich at low RPM before. So I actually pulled some fuel out of it for this ride, and it seems like it's doing a lot better. Like I can actually floor it at 4,000 RPM and not have it break up. The problem is the load is different on the street versus the dyno. And this bike doesn't have a map sensor. It's all based off of TPS. So you can't really compensate for the boost. I might talk about that here in a little while, but I'm gonna wait a little bit here to get into it, because I don't necessarily want to be completely being an asshole in this neighborhood. Oh man, though, when that boost comes in, though, it is like game over. I'm just trickling the surface right now. Ooh, yeah, I still gotta fix the idle too. And I wasn't really able to get into it at all in first gear previously, so we'll see if first gear is any better as well. Nice day out today. It's just a little cold. I don't even know where to go. Yeah, did you hear that? That time it has issues in first gear. Like it'll want to break up like that because there's just no load, so the turbo doesn't spool up that great. So it just goes really rich. Get into it in second. Woo! Wow. Feels really good. Wow. You can like hear the turbo just start sucking air. I don't know if you can in my helmet microphone, but you definitely can hear it. Once that turbo lights up, dude, it's game over. She really rips. And this is only on like 4 to 6 pounds. And it's already, you know, substantial. Also, I don't think I mentioned it, but the last time I dynoed it, I actually made 50.5. I didn't film it, but I did actually make a little bit more power. So you can see my closed loop on here is actually pulling fuel almost the whole time. I don't know how it is wide open, but these people are probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? Don't you know it's cold out? You're not supposed to ride a motorcycle? It's just like it sneezes when I let off. It's just like a little it's probably really hard to hear it over the exhaust, which I apologize. I still want to put a blow-off valve on it so it can make some more cool noises. See, it's still there's still a couple spots where it goes rich. Yeah, when it came into boost there, it actually lifted the front tire off the ground. I wish I had a boost gauge up here so you guys could see it. It's just constantly sitting there fluttering at like 1 or 2 pounds of boost all the time. Oh, you want to know what it is? Because I'm like, man, I don't hear the turbo as much. It's because I put my velocity stack on. So all the noise is getting dissipated through that velocity stack. I should have left it off. Because I'm telling you, you can hear the turbo quite a bit. Especially when that's off. Because it does seem quieter on this ride. than it has before. Every time I try to launch the bike, it, I really got to fix that idle. Every time I try to launch the bike, it, oh, she's loaded up. Every time I try to launch it, it skips the chain. Like, it makes too much power at like 7,000 to 9,000 RPM when I try to launch it there, that it just skips. So I might have to upgrade the chain to like a 520 size, because I'm only running a 428 chain. Yeah, turbo's doing really good though, and it's making boost. Dang it, I wish I could rip this off. Probably can if I pull hard enough. Yes. Alright, I'm gonna take the velocity stack off just to see if it gets any louder turbo noises. I'll find out. So this is without the velocity stack. I still can't hear it. I think it's because I have balaclava on under my helmet. I'm hoping you guys can hear it. And if I ride the clutch and I get some load on the motor in first, then it doesn't break up. Yeah, with this gearing, second gear, it's skating the front tire off the ground. So, that's pretty cool. I gotta put a bigger stretch on it. Especially if I really want to launch it. Cold. A little cold out. Yeah, this frickin' exhaust is literally just like ringing in my left ear. I honestly figured it would have been a little quieter, to be honest. Being at turbo quiets the exhaust down quite a bit usually. But this thing is obnoxious. But at least I'm not bottoming out on my exhaust anymore. I used to not even be able to barely street ride this bike at all because it would bottom out on everything. But now it seems to be doing pretty good in that department. Still needs a lot of tuning, but like I said, when she gets up there and the boost kicks in, it rips pretty good. And it runs pretty good. It's just low RPM and cruising and stuff isn't the greatest. But it still runs and rides good. That's just like easing into it in third. And the speedo on the bike is actually accurate, so just to let you guys know. Hopefully the camera angle and everything is okay. Whew. Yeah, I can definitely tell I'm on a 35-mile-an-hour road now, because this, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my nipples. Ooh. I don't want to get too crazy on this road. It's kind of bumpy. That's why I only got into it a little back there, because every little street bump, it's like, Need some flat road. That guy must know who I am. There's a cop. Don't worry, officer. It's just a turbo moped. I don't have a plate on the bike. I hope he doesn't pull me over. I don't even want to look back. Should I? I think we're alright. I want to say that's like in fifth gear. There's sixth. There's a deer. Hey, buddy. Want to hear a turbo? Wow. So I got to launch it a little bit there. Wow. Whew, fucking cold. My hands are freezing. But she took off there that time. This is with the this is with my highway gearing in the bike right now. I don't have the drag race gearing, but it still pulls pretty hard. Looks like the lake is starting to freeze over. I'll have to go down there and take a picture. Lake is definitely starting to freeze up. We'll be riding snowmobiles and stuff in no time. See, if you leave it sit for a second, it idles good. It's just coming off of the throttle. You got to be kind of cautious on how you let off of it, otherwise it dies. I got to fix that. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm just going to sit down here and warm up for a second. The turbo is just spinning away. A little eBay unit, working pretty good. eBay KO3. Ow. My hands are so cold they hurt. 26 minutes. Wow. I don't know how good the camera is going to pick this up, but I just put a two-step on the bike. I just got a two-step setup on this thing. Alright guys, so that was a ton of fun. Bike is doing great. It's still on really low boost, like only 5 to 7 pounds. And I think the boost is actually falling off a little bit, way up top. But yeah, it's running. It's holding up pretty good so far. And it's definitely, you can definitely feel when that boost kicks in. It's a ton of fun. I can't wait to see what else I end up doing with this bike. But it is cold. It's getting really cold here in Wisconsin, and I still can't shake the chill from earlier riding this thing. So I don't know how much more riding I'll be able to do this season, but next year I'm sure I'll have a lot more time to really perfect this thing and get it up and running perfectly. The problem with the bike currently is the ECU is an A-Racer Super 2, and the fuel table is only based off of throttle position. So whether the bike has boost in it or not, it requires less or more fuel. So integrating a map sensor into this thing is kind of needed to have it run and drive a little bit smoother. But yeah, anyways, it's still cool, it's still awesome, and it's functional, and it's fast. So yeah, I didn't really go 100 miles an hour with it. I don't really plan on doing that anymore with these bikes, trying to chase a top speed, because it gets dangerous pretty quick, and try to be as safe as I can, you know. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We will see you later.